Okay, every action I take have consequences. Okay.
Well, a voice never lies, and my mother had a beautiful, soothing voice.
I still hear
What will London have to say to me?
I think that's good enough. Okay. Barely see the first symbol. I think I don't see the difference at you guys. Mine should be around 0, but okay. Subtitles English. Name of the speaker. I don't really. Okay. Auto lock. Mouse sensitivity. I'm gonna go like 2. No auto lock. Keybinds. Sprint, hold shift, dodge, space. Control for enemy lock. Înhorace, domnul. Da, a little bit. A little bit. Înhorace. Landros. Next target, previous target, I don't really need interaction, melee. Shoot. And we got 4 skills, the ultimate. Consumable, switch melee and switch ranged. Nu, mai am avut niște probleme cu el, nu știu cum mă jucam Ilex-ul, ultima versiune de Ilex. Îmi pica fără nicio am zis că poate e de la mine problema și după aia am intrat pe Twitch și am văzut că merge mai ok aici. L-am dat eu, să zic așa. Hai să vedem ce zice Neica ăsta. The new game. Original Vampyr experience. Character progression is faster if you kill citizens. Combat difficulty is linked to the number of citizens you kill. Okay. Mai intru din când în când, nu am extraordinar de mult timp la dispoziție, dar mai... This motherfucker. Let me a little bit, because I don't know why I hear part of the sound in my headphones and part of them in the bloody audio system. Okay. Should be good now. Okay. And let's see.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone.
Okay.
8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights.
What the hell?
4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
That's deep.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Okay. What the hell?
Thirsty. So thirsty.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no. Mary! Hold on. Please, hold on. Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. No, no. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. No, no, don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Has it fled?
Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself.
Kill the king! Over there!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Okay.
Who are you? Stupid beast! Sorry.
Ți-l văd. Te luta pe aici.
Stupid beast! No, please, stop! Let's see how it likes a bit of fire! Who are you? Oh, Christ!
Come on, dude.
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
Okay. Sun bad?
Sun, it feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go!
Okay. That's one.
I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place?
Oh, noročné.
Place seems abandoned. I should be safe
I've
enough.
escaped the Matrix. Okay, what do you have here? Nu arăta bine.
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Lol. His
It's
watch.
impossible.
Era ceasul lui. Okay, watch. Time -1. Bottle of alcohol. Ce avem aici? A început să-mi facă figuri. Aduce aminte când o omors pe sora sa?
Brother, what have you done?
Mary! Mary!
Murise
Mary,
Marie.
I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Maria trecuse în partea altă. Okay. Liches do not fear the sun or fire, and they do not burst into flame or ashes when they are caught in the rays of the daylight. But it hurts them good, really good. I have personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would have happened if when the sun rises. Its skin blackened in a few minutes, and it was burning from the inside. Its eyes and its flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squeal as the beast tries to escape all day long. In the end, only a desiccated corpse remained, which started slowly to regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut its head off to finally destroy it. Okay. And when I tried the same test with fire, the bloody leech never came back from the ashes. Fire is our weapon of choice, brothers. Burn the beast is the best way to kill it for good. From now on, your dirty enemy, now your enemy by Carl Eldritch, Private Leaders. Sau ce zice asta că liches, lipitorilor nu le e frică de soare și de foc. Se pare că ăsta a legat un vampir de un copac și l-a lăsat toată ziua acolo și că spre finalul zilei, când rămăsese îi se vedeau și oasele, dar când s-a dus soarele după orizont, după linia orizontului și a apus soarele, a început să regenereze și că n-a murit până nu i-a tăiat capul. Și a zis că a încercat același lucru cu foc, dar în momentul când i-a dat foc vampirului nu s-a mai regenerat. A zis că focul e arma noastră, fraților. Private ăștia, dacă nu mă înșel, erau un fel de Vampire Hunters.
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Ok.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! No. There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Să pe front.
Done.
Salut, Marius.
He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
Okay, one bullet left.
No, it never got easy.
Okay, details. Common revolver. A reliable service pistol used by the British troops as their standard sidearm. Fire rate 10, reload 15, magazin 6, stun 10, 45 damage. Văd că la noi altul nu are nicio keybine. Walk. I'm gonna go. Ok, I'm gonna go like this. E mult mai simplu să merg așa. Bloody Diary. 15 October, bad sleep. Becky coughed all night, and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine, some men brought by the banks to dig a big hole in the ground. What the hell? It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Da. Maybe I could go there, ask for some work. Becky needs medicine. 16 October. I talked to the man with the mechanical shovel. They told me they are digging mass graves around all around London. Safety measure apparently. There is a new epidemic. Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry has been closed. There are no more jobs nearby. Ok. Asta fiind pe data de 16, 19 octombrie. I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me a whole day to cross the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made a soup she ate. Finally no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills on the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go to the Pembroke hospital tomorrow, but it's so far and I fear leaving my wife for so long. Okay, 19 October, Becky threw up all the meal after a few hours she ate. She's so frail now it makes me cry. She says she hears voices outside at night. She says she wants to eat meat. Where could I find meat? Tomorrow I will barricade the house to protect us from looters. 21 October. The men with the mechanical shovel have stopped digging the mass grave. I heard the shout last night as if they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats. Something like that. Throwing bodies today, okay. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago, but Becky, she refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said, with a nasty smile. Why she's okay. 22 octombrie, Becky attacked me. She jumped on me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. Oops. 23 octombrie, I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching the door, asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid of opening. I'm just waiting for her to die now. Wouldn't be so long, okay, I pray to God, okay. 24 octombrie, I was so hungry, I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me with, okay. But she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. But I will be with you soon enough. Deci când s-a omorât ăsta nebunul. Și ăsta se trezise din morți. Un vampir. Și primul om pe care l-a atacase era de fapt sora sa și o omorâse pe sora sa.
No sense at all.
Și bineînțeles, fiind medic, Normal că n-avea nicio noimă faptul că ai devenit vampir.
It's a nightmare. That's it.
Era Londra lui 1918. Oho, noroacele Zero.
So be it.
So be it. One bullet. One heart.
Rational thinking only.
Rational thinking, yeah, very rational to shoot yourself in the chest. Shoot. Game over. From here to eternity. 21, da. Bă, cred că o să bag și eu mâine. Să văd cât de horuit o să vină la muncă. Bineînțeles că n-a reușit să o moare, pentru că modern day Dracula. Ai reușit decât să strici cămașa. Și să murdărești patul. Ce se întâmplă în noaptea, prima noapte după nuntă?
This is absolute madness. I lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who tames blood in sunlight into a glowing
Și se strica și sistemul audio, că auzea lucrurile acum. Ok. Evolution. Hideouts beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve vampiric skills. Bă, sincer, eu sunt de părere că e foarte șmecher la Stipoc. Mi se pare middle ground-ul, să zic așa, între PoE, care îți trebuie 2 doctorate ca să poți să-l joci, pentru că ai 1100 de skill tree-uri și asta, și middle ground între PoE și Diablo 4, care ai o singură asta, adică mi se pare undeva la mijloc. Ok, continue. Autophagy. Begin by selecting, ok. You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage instantly. Ok. The vampire uses the power of his blood to heal normal and aggravated damage, increasing his flesh, nerve, and bone regeneration. With time, this vampiric ability can be extremely powerful and is sure to surprise any unaware vampire hunter. Ok. Da, și eu zic la fel. ARPG, cred că de departe cel mai bun. Și am jucat versiunile astea până în patch-ul 1.0 și tot e foarte bun. We think of vampires as immortal, but if you can block their unnatural regenerative capability, they're more vulnerable than you think. Ok. No, nu, e diferență de la cer la pământ, Dițu. So we're gonna go 200 healing, cost 10 blood. Ok. Ok. And go back. You have now enough XP to unlock an aggressive skill. Okay, and we have close range strike that will cut through all living creatures in front of you. You throw a spear made of blood, which can pass through enemies in front of you. Ooh. $250 shadow, 190 damage, blood, and this is melee. Place a cloud of shadow at target feet or yours. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. Area 2 metri. Ok. The vampire concentrates the shadows around their prey to make them explode after a countdown. The explosion will injure anything in range with needle-like living spears. Vampires often use this ability to wipe out groups of enemies from a distance. Ooh. They think they can challenge us with their tools, but no one can defeat the shadows. Ce tare sunt astea. Okay, we're gonna go like this. Yep. Okay, now confirm your choices. Nu știu ce zici de la ce să stea. Nu, e... Ăsta e ca și cum ai jucat Gothic, Ionuț, dar joci Gothic cu Nea Vampirul, care e vorba lui Marius.
That voice in my head.
Ok. Mission update. Identify and confront the vampire who created me. Reach the North Bank. Night is here again. I am in London now. Somewhere near the East End Docks, I suppose. I don't know the path. Okay. Da, alea da, știu și eu de treaba cu... Am văzut și eu treaba cu astea cu...
If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
I need to leave now. Okay.
Here's the leech. Here!
Ooh. Fucking blink. Shadow blink.
My head's spinning.
Okay. My head is spinning.
Come out, you coward! Clever fucking beasts.
What do we have here? Offhand weapons. Okay, they have attacks with special effects. Okay. Nu, că azi că era amețit după ce folosise abilitatea aia să se teleporteze.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
Die, vermin!
Go back home.
Ok. Give me them blood.
There's a strength I never knew I had. This shouldn't be possible.
Holy shit. This really does a lot of damage.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Give me that blood.
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Okay. The fuck? Ouch. Ouch. Ooh.
That leech leeches!
Give me some blood. Mă frie al dracu. It hurts. Dracu.
My strength. My reflexes.
Aha.
I'm not human anymore.
Ah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm not human anymore. Okay, aluminium powder, shillings. Aluminium powder, shillings. That's all? Băi, pentru el îți dai seama că era super greu de crezut, pentru că ăsta era era doctor, era chirurg. Dai seama că nu prea avea treabă în, să zic așa, în domeniul lui de activitate supernatural-ul. Ai devenit brusc Twilight Vampyr. Pe aici de lutat? Am a loot whore.
If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened.
Maria s-a dus, dracu. Maria e
For
în
what happened
pământ.
to us.
Maria e în pământ. Bineînțeles că poți să bei șobolani.
I have this thirst for blood.
10 shillings.
It's locked.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
I cannot enter.
Vum. No more dizziness.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Aha. Muzica mi se pare șmecheră, că e destul de creepy așa. Ce mă, pe aici de lutat nimic, mă. Au fost români pe
What
aici.
will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered.
Mhm. Deci shillings. Ok, Limehouse Dock. What the hell happened here?
Another corpse.
Mhm.
Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Da, chiar era plină de români. Dacă nu mă înșel, chiar o să fie caractere, destul de multe caractere care sunt români în joc. Because
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood.
Vampire
Smell is so
senses.
strong.
Să vedem dacă găsim ceva pe aici. Da,
Where has everyone gone?
și asta. Hideout. Ok. Refill all. Nothing. parts. Ok. Aici avem, dacă nu mă înșel, crafting. Crafting. On a workbench you can craft medical treatments, serums, weapon upgrades. To analyze. Treatment for fatigue, for anemia, sepsis. Avem firearms offhand și bineînțeles turn off page. For looking away when they mock my color, I hate myself. For crying like a girl when they insult me, I hate myself. For swearing like a boy when they're gone, I hate myself. For hating my parents, I hate myself. For smiling when the customer calls me sad Brina. Sad Brina. I hate myself. For never finding the courage to tell Tom how I truly feel, I hate myself. Avea issues lady asta. Sabrina. Sad Brina. Okay, citizen menu. Sabrina hides her true feelings about her boss, Tom Watts. Okay. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you earn for if you feed on a citizen. Unlock hints to increase the amount of XP. Deci cu cât știm mai multe lucruri despre o anumită persoană, cu atât primim mai mult XP de la persoana respectivă. Ok, ăsta a intrat aici. Să vedem dacă mai găsim ceva pe aici. Uite-o și pe Sabrina. Sad Brina. Ce muiști. Aici au Sad Brina. 1918, da, după primul război mondial.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the turquoise turtle.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now.
Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar. Maybe some of the locals saw him.
Boot boys get what's coming to them. Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
About the murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is
The sewer
Sewer
dog.
dog. What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
Ok.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah.
Aha.
Killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Gripa
Are the authorities doing
spaniolă.
anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, a turquoise turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina. If you
Sad
wanna know.
Brina. Mhm.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Ok.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Ok.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our
Plăceau
own.
cum
People
le ziceau
die in
coppers.
these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
Ok.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Ok. Cine e
Who
ăsta?
is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Ok.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? Respectable establishment.
No funny business. Ce funny business putea să fie între mine și un om futut în gură?
Good evening, sir.
Ah?
I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the
Tițu,
sewer.
Marius, voi ați văzut ăsta, zi, Helldivers-ul, cum vi se pare? De băgat...
What's going on around here?
You must be new.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades.
Ok, the
You
sewer
murdered
dog.
someone. Blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own.
Are un
darkness.
ciorgeană pe el, vezi cum ți se pare.
We can all be monsters.
Adică eu l-am luat și mi se pare super șmecher, dar ar fi mult mai host de jucat în co-op. E cross-platform, adică îl poți juca și de pe... Da, vibe șmecher de... Care joc mor nebunule, că tocmai asta ieri a atins 400.000 de players on Steam.
Giving me a laugh.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India. Hello, sir.
I don't know.
Maybe...
I'll leave.
Damn it.
A
I think drink.
fost de la 200 de și ceva de mii de player, s-a ajuns la poate spre 500.000. Dar da, e destul de...
Are they stupid?
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
Au zis deocamdată că au probleme că nu pot să... Nu pot să țină serverele mai mult de 450.000, că să chinuie să...
I have a common objective, but I require...
Someone is dropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Ok.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself. I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
A găsit prima persoană care... A, lasă dracu, e diferență de la cer la pământ. Plus că e... Unknown.
And
Dr. Edgar Swansea. Pillar.
who might you be?
O mai iubi. Curci cu xenoane. Cu big xenoane. I don't know.
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire.
Uh-huh. Like you.
Like you.
Ooh.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if
Okay.
you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Ah. What is this brotherhood?
And what exactly is this brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
You motherfucker. Cu cine
I
vorbeai?
heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Ăsta era direct, tată.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
Exact, as opposed to
Thought I
other
was your
film.
dresser. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Not sure.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll end him.
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Ok, m-a umplut de explicații, de gură. aici. Track the killer. Interrogate the locals. M-a lămurit de m-a omorât. Mai e ceva pe aici de vorbit cu cineva de...
It's locked, all right.
Am primit informații de mai bine
If
nu mă...
Swansea is
Am
not
ieșit
my
mai...
attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight.
Am ieșit mai spart decât am intrat pe ușă.
Know something.
Și pe ăștia ne vedem că pe ăștia 3, nu?
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
I think you're hiding something.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people.
Am ieșit, am intrat bău, am ieșit vacă, ești nebun.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts. Hello, sir.
And you're still ugly.
Ce ăsta nu știu nimic.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
O fi rață e drept. $2500, 350 e healthy.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me alarm.
Evening, sir.
I have a few questions.
I want the
I
truth.
spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell
Fac
me
o
what's
recapitulare?
going on.
It's Will.
Spune unul la început niște chestii din astea
He came
foarte
in here earlier tonight and he...
dark, foarte astea.
Well, I thought he was gonna
Nu era nevasta. Se trezește ăsta într-o groapă de cadavre. Se ridică de acolo, vede doar gen sistemul circulator de la o gagică, o mușcă și o omoară. Și după aia își dă seama că era soră sa, pe care îl căuta. Și acum încearcă să afle cine l-a mușcat și cum a devenit vampir, încearcă să se sinucidă. Și acum găsise pe unul mort și investigam crima să vedem cine l-a omorât. Și ăștia nu vreau să-mi spună jegoșii că mai fusese unul aici, în afară de doctorul de sus.
His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
Ce s-a întâmplat astă seară?
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk as usual. But my God, his eyes, his face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about him.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will
Vezi și
was a
afli
sailor.
ușor,
He
ușor,
worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. Nice
fabrica de
bloke,
conserve.
He's never been violent
Niciodată n-a fost violent
until tonight.
până în
Why
seara asta.
keep it a secret?
Deci nu mi-ai
Why
spus.
not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well, Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now.
Bam. Tom and William used to be good friends. Vezi? Social circle cu asta. Și mai avem încă 4 hintsuri. Și vedeți, i-a mai crescut cu 250 de puncte ăsta zi. Da, blood quality, pentru că în funcție de cât de multe informații găsești despre o victimă, dacă decizi să-i omori, să le iei experiența, că îți dau, e extraordinar de mult XP. Uite, eu până acum am făcut 700 XP și ăla dacă îl mușc îmi dă 2500. Plus că... de dracu e. Nu mai știu, dar trebuie să ajung să dau evolve. Hai să zicem lui ăsta.
You again. What can I do?
Și acum, vezi? As a vampire, you can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint that you have discovered.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me?
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I
Da, da,
said
da,
you
da.
were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
De fapt, care e, să zic așa, gameplay loop-ul? Vine noaptea, încerci să... Hai că și-a revenit. Mă auzi acum? Nu, s-a împiedicat Vodafone-ul de cablul meu de net. Fut-o în gură. Vă mai auziți? Ah, ok, hai. Da, o să sun la ăștia și trebuie să pic, să plec de la ei, că îmi bag pula netul lor. Uite, acum iar mi-a sărit, m-am uitat pe conexiune, mi-a sărit de la gigabit la 100 mega pe secundă. Și îmi pic așa, gen fracțiuni de secundă. O să mă duc la Digi, o să închid contractul cu ei, fut în gură cu netul lor. Plus că n-am nici viteză de upload foarte mare. Așa.
Who is he?
William? Just an old sailor who
Ce
loves
curent,
his
boss,
gin
că
too much.
dracu, e
He
tot
worked for
conectat
years
la,
at the
la
canning
curent.
factory before it closed.
La Vodafone-ul de căcat. Că tipul care a stat aici în chirie înaintea mea și-a luat echipamentul ca să-l mute în altă parte. Nu, bloc, dracu. Sunt în centrul Bucureștiului, dracu, pe Bulevardul Timișoara. N-avem probleme cu curentul pe aici.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah.
Da, o să mă
Like
duc, o să
many
merg la ăștia
drugs,
întâi
he's
să
all
închid
bark
și
and
după
no
aia...
bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were
Păi,
to him and how he'd
pentru
like
chestia
to
asta,
talk to
pentru
me
că a fost
outside.
tipul care a stat în chirie aici înaintea mea și-a luat echipamentul cu el ca să-și mute gen abonamentul în altă parte și imbecilii tăi de la, foștii tăi imbecili de la Digi au zis că, vezi, doamne, ei nu pot să facă zi două contracte pe aceeași adresă, știi? Și am și explicat la imbecila aia care, doamne, zic, apartamentul a fost dat în chirie, fostul chiriaș și-a luat echipamentele și o să-l reactiveze cu ăsta contractul în altă parte. Bineînțeles că tot ce am spus eu a intrat pe ureche, a ieșit același lucru pe partea cealaltă, nu s-au oprit nimic în căpșorul ei mic. Becili. Becili cu aia. Așa.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want it.
Ok, track the killer. Deci... Vets District Stable. Avem mapă. Trebuie să mergem drept în față, să mergem spre...
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Asta avea treaba ce s-a întâmplat orașului. E sănătos, mă. Nimic de luptat pe aici, nimic.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained
Da.
of blood.
L-a legat la 2 garoafe. Examine the outfit.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Nu prea a reușit, dar a încercat să apere.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
Note.
What's this? Some sort of note.
Details. 30 octombrie from G. McCallum, Dog Patrols. Objective. Multiple deaths in the dog regions. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast. Purge it. And quickly. Ooh. Warning. According to the recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack the men in this part of town, but don't send the rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we got a frenzied one killing each night. Always search abandoned places like old houses, basements, sewers, warehouses. Destroy the Leech brothers.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Ok. Ah, dincolo, ok. Ok, sangre. Ooh, bullets.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets.
Nah,
I
you
feel like I'm back on the front line again.
do not need it.
But I've only been part of the guard 3 weeks to the day. All the more.
Ok. Press V to spot enemies around. Ok. Ok.
Man says.
Ce dracu stia. You are no match for a vampire, bitch. Opa. Give me that sweet blood. Hai dracu jos. Bura. Băi, e destul de overpower nenorocirea asta de, cel puțin early game. Nenorocirea asta de, cum zice, de Shadow Strike, cu dracu cum se numește. Șuroabe. Oh, noroc ce ne-a Mahario. Dacă mă vede asta. Pot să mă duc să-i drinkuiesc.
Stay over there! There's one of them vermin!
Bitch. I need to bring some... Da, bă, da, chestia aia cu join the peacekeeping force, nu știu ce, deci m-a dat pe spate, am râs de m-a durut stomacul. Bă, nu e gata, dar nu prea am cu cine să-l joc, aia e buba. Și solo mă... lui use lui para. Îți dai seama că e gâdile exact la Ego. Mă uitam și la imbecilul de ăsta, de Asmond.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Uite mă, al dracu. This guy have bullets? The fuck is this? New practices, new tactics. Am văzut. I know that some time ago companions consider that the best advantage we have in our fight against the leeches is that they cannot go out during the dusk. We can hunt them down where they hide, powerless. Okay, this is a rookie mistake. First, because vampires are clever and they have countless ruses and tricks to avoid being spotted. Ok. Ai băgat... Bun. Second, because they deploy many deadly traps to kill any intruders that might consider their most precious sanctuary. Would cost too much man. Ok. Best tactic is to follow and destroy them when they are really vulnerable. They hunt at night. It's way easier to attack them. Okay, that's must evolve and deploy new tactics to hunt leeches. Small mobile patrols, tactic based on technological advantages, modern communication. We can learn many things from the war in France. New strategies, new equipment, new weaponries. Grenade, white phosphorus, ultraviolet light, bulletproof vests, and flamethrower. It's time for the guard to embrace the 20th century. Avea o idee asta. Ok. Ăsta să n-a avut nimic. Okay, new hideout. Parts. Okay. Vreau să evolv. Dar unde dracu găsesc ăsta? Deci se pare că nu e aici. Se deschide?
It's locked.
Se poate intra pe sus, în alt doc. De acolo cutie. Este să ne întoarcem. Some bullets. I have many bullets to spare. Bă, urmele de sânge pe aici sunt, dar să moară măsă dacă îmi dau seama de care să ajung. Stai dracu, blând. Mizerie ce ești. Da, știu ce spuneți, că uite, la fel e și la noi. Am 14 ani în sistem și am un salariu de căcat și vine copilul ăla cu...
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
cu nimic pe altă lege și gen... Unknown. Ok. Large sight, blade mounted on a long wooden stick. Weapon ability parry.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Just a sip, but I promise you are my dearest friend. You're my last and dearest friend. William, my arm.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Ooh. Okay. Puta dracu! Mai tard! Mai tard, bitch! Da, da, fugiu. Trebuie să-i dau 1000 de bucăți cu asta ca să... What the heck? Real, recutul. Tu!
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, Are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
A băgat aia parul ăla în el.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
Skull.
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
Okay.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention.
Ăsta zici că e Conor McGregor în varianta care a terminat teologia.
He's resourceful and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Ok. Ce vrea asta?
This poor creature can't
Blood
be
sample.
Omega.
Fresh sample. Ok.
Could it be some subspecies of vampire?
Subspecies?
I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Niște aluminium shards. În mare parte, boys, nu mai avem nimic pe aici. Sus nu pot să... O să merg și eu zilele astea să-l schimb pe ăsta, că deja mă scoate din sărite. At dawn we row. Take a ride with Dr. Sansui. Ok.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End.
Da, bă, dați o grămadă de ăștia, mă.
Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work.
Ați văzut zilele astea și problema cu sărăciile alea care au murit în Congo, Africa, între ghilimele, militari în rezervă și unul dintre ei care a murit era polițist. Ce are pula cu prefectura, zic. Mi-a mai zis și unul care îl cunoștea pe tip. A, nu, că era pregătit omul, că a terminat academia. Cu e sănătos, era polițist, nu era militar. Ce treacu te învață pe tine? Ei au plecat acolo, au crezut că e Afganistanul, știi că... Ai drona MQ Reaper, cam, imediat chem air support și...
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist,
Blood
returns
specialist.
to London a vampire.
That word again.
Vampire.
From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of
Mereu în
science is
Afganistan,
to
când dădeai
refute
de,
myth.
de dracu,
When myth walks
chemai
among
QRF-ul.
The Brotherhood of St. Paul
Te
has
scoteau aia din
dedicated
căcat.
its purpose to their study.
Acolo singurul
So much
QRF
for you
e
to
ăla de
learn.
lângă tine.
Of that, you are right.
Yeah.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so
Yeah,
I
exact.
thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Hai să mergem. Devenim garda, medicul de gardă de noapte.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
Da, da, era specialist în blood transfusions. El era un blood bag. Și... Da, da, păi veniți din război.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Da, dracu, ai dat noroc cu mine de mi-a luat pielea de pe mână de real, dracu. Meh. Mission updated. I have accepted Dr. Swansea's help. I will work at Pembroke Hospital. I have no choice. The man knows about my condition and about what I have become, a vampire. I can't believe this. I don't know anything about this secluded medical facility. Everybody here will take me for what I am not anymore. Jonathan E. Reed, a famous surgeon. As I must lie to them all, to the patient, to the staff. This is my new home, where I will hide from all who are after me. Where I will hide from everything. Ok. Da, acolo sfartul a dat-o 1200 și ceva. Așa că băgam niște custom markers pe aici. Și mai am unul în partea asta.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah! It's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've
Hai
got
cât
there.
pedeapsa pe 14
Take my
ani.
word, I am a doctor.
I am a doctor.
Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality indicate how much XP will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you must need first to mesmerize to lead them out of sight. Okay. Boom.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Press to embrace așa. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that will be consequences. Learn more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase their key.
No more. Not tonight.
Merciful
Not like
release.
this. I will not take another life.
Okay. Give me those. What the fuck?
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Okay.
What happened?
Te-ai lovit la căpuț. Springs. Eu trebuie să mă plimb pe aici să vedem dacă mai găsim chestii.
I cannot enter. It's locked.
Unknown. Dacă vedeți ceva sparkle la culoare.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research.
Al meu era expert în blood transfusion. Numai că el lua mai mult sânge.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some
Îți
rest.
pune aia cu Parkinson mâna pe baston.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard.
Invisible enemy?
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Hints. Vedeți, n-avem niciun hint.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Ok. Vorbi cu baba. Gagica asta la 140 de ani. Hai că am văzut o cutie lucind. Niște sertare pe aici. Glass vials. Asta cine e?
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Clay Cox.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Da, eu ce dar la luat.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Ai lămurit.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs.
Ok.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Deci, dacă ne uităm acum cu V-ul, are 2000 XP, healthy. Să vedem ce mai găsim pe aici de lootat. Aici trebuie să fii loot goblin. Cine ești, boss?
Good evening, sir.
State your name.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Rumenează-ți fața.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
Asta e Hooks, pe l'altă chema
I like to
Cox.
speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Ok, ăsta vinde... Oh, ăsta e trader. Ok.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Ce are ăsta? Milton Shotgun? Momu, cât damage are. Și o grămadă de mizerii pe aici. Dar la câți bani avem...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still...
Hint.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
Okay.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital?
Apart from smuggling weapons, guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
Okay. You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Okay, new investigation. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Okay. Personal questions. Avem hinturi.
Goodbye, Milton.
Hai să vedem. Merchant. Ok. Enter the backyard garden. Hai să mergem în grădină. Îmi place haina, uite cât de mișto dădea roșu ăsta pe Nea chirurgul. Mergem bine, mă? Da. Hai să vedem ce se întâmplă acolo. Trebuie să fim atenți să mai vedem dacă mai găsim ceva de lootat. The loot is the king. Who the fuck is that? Unknown. Eu vrem să-i luăm ce are aici.
It's locked.
Spiritual, dracu. Mai întâi să mergem la... Small bag of junk. What the fuck? De bani? Ok. Ce dracu era aici? Gris. Niște unturi îmi trebuie, da, niște... 12 metri. Trebuie să văd întâi dacă mai găsesc ceva pe aici. Gris screws.
Scowl voices in the garden.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Level 6, ești nebun? De dracu. Suck on that. Give me that blood. Cât de puțin dau. Am uitat că ăsta... Crăba. De dracu, să te ieși, băi. E că se pare că mi se regenerează viața. Ceea ce-i bine. Ceea ce-i chini. Ar trebui normal să mă duc să... Uite alții acolo. Kablam! Oi, 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 oi. The fucking damage. Putu-ți Dumnezeii, mătii, maimuță. Ups. Putu în gură. Nu, putu-ți gura, mătii. Holy shit. Te morți de-ai. Dăm sânge. Primul ce? Bă, sincer, e cam prima oară când îl joc. Real, dracu să fii tu. Am încercat o perioadă când eram luat crăcui de pe YouTube. Și cam atât. N-am jucat foarte mult, n-am înaintat prea mult în el, nu știu care-i treaba. Ok, photography in the wallet, a photography of smiling and loving, ok, Milton and Pipa. Ok, am găsit, asta iau. Un portmoneu, un portofel. Ce facem dacă găsim un portofel? Ok. A, nu, dar... Chiar n-am avut. Ok, putem să mergem pe aici încolo. Am tot stat, am zis că îl găsesc pe ăsta, pe OK Shop, pe ceva mai... la un preț mai decent și până la urmă știu că l-am luat. $1270, sincer. Da. Dacă nu, îl păstrăm. Greșit! Ce mă distrau alea, bă, băiat. Ia să vedem cine-i gică ăsta. De ce fumezi, mă, în timpul serviciului? Freia al dracu.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead. A colleague? Are you a doctor too? Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana. Pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the
Dă-l dracu, era Rakesh, era
I
indian.
used to be a real doctor.
Ce vinde asta?
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course.
Ok, codeină, opium, formulă. Ok, eu cumpăr pe asta. Formula vieții. Și cred că aici avem ce putem vinde noi.
Good evening, Doc.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore.
Da, chiar.
All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too.
Most people fear, or at least have a respect for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Okay, new hint. Was not afraid of death since he served as a medic. Okay.
How did you get this job? After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why is the morgue
Why
closed?
close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Okay.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir.
Your sister,
came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved.
Da, e relieved, că e la 2 metri sub pământ acum. E foarte relieved.
A pawnbroker. I expect you get
E
all
chill, e chili, nu chill.
All kind of people.
Exact pe conceptul unde găsești cele mai țapene femei, la morgă.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
I would not be so sure.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Ok.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Ok, am mai aflat și de ăsta. Hai să-i dăm lui șoferul de ambulanțierul, să-i dăm ăsta, să-i dăm... The fuck is here? Crump letter. Dear Love, I finally found the missing money. For the fee he asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. A, le cerea bani muistul. Ia uite-l jegostul ordinar, negru. Am găsit banii ca să... Ask for some neighbors. Something of a honest crook. May I ask extra money? Țiganul? Da, țigan. But the bed... Nicolae. With found Zlov Nicolae. Observați că v-am spus că sunt români. Milton, new hints. Milton run rackets on some Pembroke patients. O, firie tu al dracu. Da țăgan. Să vezi ce ți-au fălcile alea în colți. Stai să-i bag gheara în gât acum să zic de ce le luai mă bani fire tu al dracu cu pielea aia ta ciocolatie. Asta ce mai eu? Speak your name.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Just read,
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Nu, că am fost mort acum câteva minute.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Poate după ce le iau gâtul la câțiva o să-și revină.
Tell me about the staff in the hospital.
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Ok, bun de știut. In required. Hint, n-avem niciun hint.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Ok, am aflat și de asta, vezi? Ne mai dă XP de câte ori vorbim cu ei. Uite, am ajuns la 1300 ceva. Unde-i cățaua aia de nurse? A, uite aici.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Vedeți? Și ușor vorbim cu unii, afli chestii despre alții și tot așa, se intrigă cât de cât povestea. Stai să vreau de țiganul ăla, să-i bag. Auf ritual rec. Vino încoace.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Found your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Pippa.
Is it the difference of skin?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway.
Da, și ne dă și 40 de shillings. Ok, ok, ok. Aha!
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc.
In required. Că două hințuri.
Goodbye, Milton.
Dacă ne uităm la muiogul ăsta acum, a ajuns la 1800 și ceva plot quality, vedeți? Investigation succeeded. Nu mai știu cine mai e pe aici. Milton m-a vorbit, asta nu știu cine e. Trebuie să vedem cine e Madame. Madame asta cu floarea în cap. Unknown, Dorothy Kane e doctorița. Asta e unknown as well.
Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Who the fuck are these guys? Ăsta... ăsta e doctorul. Ăsta e McGregor.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless.
Ah, nu era preot.
And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor.
Ah, nu era.
I'm just a man of faith, willing
De
to
ce umbli cu aia? Vrei să te strangulezi cu crucea aia?
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted.
Uite,
Beyond exhaustion.
îl drincuise ăla.
William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
Sigur o să se
You're in
transforme.
good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Ok.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle?
Uite așa mai
I met
aflăm
him before I
hințuri
found
despre
you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Okay. Despair?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing.
Da.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know.
Jedi mind tricks. Use the Force, Luke.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Accentul de Scottish.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Okay.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his
Clay
wife
Cox.
Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Ok. Mai la niște XP de la ăsta că am vorbit cu el. Cine dracu e ăsta? Pare cam bușit.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Real record.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner.
De 500 XP vieții, vai. N-are nimic de ascuns, dar era PTSD, îți dai seama. Gagica?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Mortal?
You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
I'm a vampire. No shit. Really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart
from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
Puny mortal.
What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
If you say so. Cred că vrea să tragă din vena gros.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Syndrome of Cotard?
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are...
Nu știam de asta de...
That they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of mortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
De ce dracu te duci acolo? Firea dracu să fie.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't...
Thank you, mortal, but...
Ia dracu de nebună. New investigation.
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Și ăsta-i cânta în strună. Real dracu și tu. Unde dracu să ăștia? New investigation. Urmărea fiscul chiar. 1560. Ar mai fi ăștia doi. Și ar mai fi... A, Dorothy am vorbit cu ea. Cine-i nebun asta? Că zic că până să mă duc să evoluez asta să mai fac XP, că uite, se face destul de mult XP că vorbești cu ei. Deci, bă... Negic ăsta. State your name, motherfucker! Nu sta jos. Real dracu.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Aha, deci te dai la...
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Spunem ca să-ți iau cu jugulara în dinți.
Presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Să ia dracu, nu știu.
I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Ok. E o hint. Ok. Cam astea sunt.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ok, încă 20 XP. Tu PC, am vorbit cu tine, nu? Da. Hai să vedem cine e ăla de acolo, că mi pare că mai e unul care e viu. Dar întâi stai că văd că lucește ăsta aici. Tell me your name, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Nu știu, îmi place și vocea actorului.
If a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
Ia zic, care e condition?
Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd.
Okay.
They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Ok. Hint. Care dracu era treaba cu ăștia? Trebuie să vorbim cu ăștia, să-i întrebăm atunci care era treaba cu ăsta, de ce se certau. A zis că Ackroyd și cu Strickland.
I'm quite...
Nimic. Te duci dracu.
Thank you for your time.
Te duci dracu. Și thank you for your time. Te duci dracu în timp ce... Ok, cine e asta?
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Ce mă tu și tu?
Good
Aragaz,
evening.
4
I'm
ochiuri.
Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My
Îl caut și pe celălalt. A zis că Strickland și cu ăsta parcă.
Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer.
Mortimer?
Mortimer Goswick.
Ok. Personal questions.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Bal dracu.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Ai mâncat jar, ce ai pățit?
I'll let you get some rest then.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Păi firial dracu, ești ca o femeie de aia, știi? Ce ai pățit? Nu contează, nu.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick.
Ok.
Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Am mâncat sticlă pisată.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my
Și au dat o sabie bună.
cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived, but we had no other choice.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some...
Beatrice questions Pembroke Hospital. Okay. Și ăsta are fatigue. Ok. Și mai trebuie să mai vorbim cu doi handicapați.
The staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ok, deși scârba asta cerea bani. Firia dracu tu. Saves bed for patient. Era în familie treaba.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question.
I share your
I don't expect compensation.
O să iau pe amândoi și o să-i arunc pe râu în jos, după ce îi mănânc.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Rața-i dracu. Ăsta a zis că nu vrea să vorbim. E handicapat.
Good evening, sir.
Ăsta e nou, ăsta e Strickland. Băi, Gică.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of
Ăsta
your
era
work,
cam pupa în cur, văd. Îi plăcea... In required. Yeah.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded.
Da, cam
Dr.
lingă.
Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Please, could you tell me something about you?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain
Okay. I have not been successful yet. Okay.
empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
That's okay, Lingo.
I am honored to have the opportunity to work.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
E simplu, înfici colții.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a
Blood
rare
transfusion.
and precious attitude in these
One way.
difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer,
Poate să
during
încerci
the
de la
first
vena groasă.
wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
New investigation. Okay.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Vampyr is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Okay, tell me. I must remain.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Okay.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Ce s-a împlântat? Blaming himself. Okay. Mai mult ceva. Bine, personal question rămân, dar trebuie să aflăm...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Ce?
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Unde e mizeria aia de doctor? Ackroyd.
I'm quite busy.
Will not let you down, my
Tell me, Waverly, What do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental
Vedeți,
research?
vorbim cu unul, vorbim cu altul, mind games.
Lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Doctor.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from...
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I never could keep anything from her.
Bă, ăsta unde vrem să mergem să-i luăm lui pe dracu să-l ia de gât? Asta am vorbit cu el, am vorbit Strickland. Asta am vorbit, ăla am vorbit, ăla am vorbit, am vorbit și cu ăia și cu ăla și cu ăla. Cu ăsta de aici. Ăsta dacă îi mai zice ceva.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Harvey's wife died during the war.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Și cum asta e vina ta?
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need...
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Și mai avem nevoie de un hint.
Goodbye for now.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me...
Cred că am pus un jec de... Nu văd. Și că 300 de metri în partea aia. Unde era că am pus ăla? Hai, uite-l aici. Ia dracu. Bă, noi trebuie să urcăm sus, nu? Să urcăm la cabinet. ăsta am vorbit. Cred că am vorbit cu toți dacă stau. A zis că vorbim cu lepra aia de... Ipa? Pă, tu erai aia?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been...
And I'm Dr. Jonathan
Asta e că n-am
Reed.
apucat să vorbesc cu asta.
Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Asta o ardea cu negru,
There's
parcă.
a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that,
Îți place neagră,
just
nebună.
feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Aia sunt mituri.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
So,
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
De ce? Ce are?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation,
Da, așa,
whether
dar
he deserved it or not.
cu glet. Hop. Blood quality 2000.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes...
Păi nu, aici e problema, Marius, că dacă îl duci să-l muși, de fapt nu
I
e
don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too
cum zice,
tired to give a
Vampyr
pep
Movies,
talk
că
like
îi
Nurse
bei tu
Brannigan.
puțin sânge, nu-l omori.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
How can you be affected by the misery around you, and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reed. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
Hai să mai vorbim o dată cu muiogul ăla. Îl cheamă cu... Uite și vampiroica. Vrea să sugă tabloul. Unde e muistul ăsta? Ăla e tipeț. Unde mă e jecul ăla? Uite-l. Unde e pleșfire al dracu cu sămânța mătii?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see the city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic.
Da, făceau și
I
proba.
know it's a
Știau că e și
difficult
rezistent.
task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse...
Și mai avem nevoie de un hint.
Goodbye, Milton.
Dacă ne uităm acum, se pare că ar fi 2000 valoarea maximă de... Asta am vorbit cu ea? Parcă am vorbit.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Why does Dr.
Ok, am vorbit cu ea.
Goodbye, nurse.
Hai că totuși am strâns 1600 și ceva XP. Clay Cox. Ok. Docs, o să-i... Hai că am șters și... Cam ăștia ar fi. Nu mai dau seama cine dracu ar mai putea fi pe aici. Nu știu dacă să investighez în continuare pe ăsta de-l durea gâtul, cum îl cheamă pe pisul ăsta.
Good evening, Miss. Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't...
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox.
It's not me you have to convince.
How
So painful.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir.
Mhm.
Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe.
I have to go.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Asta stă cam amuie aici și îi fură în căciula aia.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Ce sânge are Rakesh. 3000 de XP, tata. Asta e bolnav. Uite mă că se vede, mă. Se vede pe dracu, se vede haina.
lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Tipeți. Nu mă interesează dacă mai găsesc pe aici. Swansea? Ritual, dracu, nu vreau să răspundă. Opa. This looks handy. Used Hexo. 65 damage. Attack speed 15 și poate fi upgradat până la Perfect. Enhanced damage. Blood absorption. Da, the graphics. Ok. Dr. Reed, aici e cămeruța mea, nu vreau să intru în cămeruță.
It's locked, all right.
Firial, dracu. Pro team, da, bă, frate. Just need to make some tweaks around here și ți-o rupe din placa de RAM. That should do it. The graphics. Băi, cât am putut râde la băi, nenorociți de oameni, mă, frate. Dacă nu știți video, uitați-vă la Bro Team Graphics. Făceau mișto de asta de Crysis 2. Graficele sunt acolo, dar mintea ta nu le poate procesa. Da, wow, așa. Hai să intrăm în
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Ideal, dracu, știu. Aha, să te uiți că Crysis 3 sau... Că nu, Crysis 2 sau 3, la nu mai știu la care era. Last Vials. Articles on Econs. What the fuck are Econs? It is a rare opportunity, almost a privilege to approach a vampire. Okay, to observe their most integral physical and psychological traits with scientific and rational eyes. Here's several. Okay, I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires or icons, as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but to the trained eyes, you spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee. I have seen vampires move so quickly that almost has vanished, just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they are act so quickly. Okay. But it is not a teleportation or a dematerialization. It's only a supernatural speed. Okay. For me, it's a cat-like attribute which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also notice such speed seems to exhaust them. Go to physical limitation. Okay. Mesmerism. It's one of the most powerful abilities that a vampire can deploy. Its capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism. But it has nothing to do with mortal ability to alter. Okay, a vampire can bend the mortal to their will. They can even break his mind. A vampire interviewer told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be. The vampire could literally fracture the target psychic. The vampire explained to me that this ability requires time to master, and that the resolve would vary widely from subject to another. An implanted false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and frightening. Ooh. Blood awareness. This must be the most catastrophic ability of them all concerning vampires, since it's the cause of so many tragedies for them among us. Vampire crave for blood. Let's use it to restrain themselves. Okay. They need blood to function and express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak. And even okay. Vampire confessed to me that the blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell is attractive and okay. Almost see the blood around them, okay? Prin Bodorițil, ok, deci putem vedea și Crytek, bă. Ce dracu a făcut ăsta? Ok. Analiza lui Bishop. Ok. De dracu e workbench-ul.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Și de unde? Mă pipi în vază. Ok. Press D to improve a weapon. Work in progress. Enhance damage sau increase blood absorption. Bă, nu e rău. Putem să... Ok, atât.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Ok. Cold, bronchitis, pneumonia, sepsis, anemia, fatigue. Ne trebuiesc ferrotartrate, sodium hypochlorite, chinină și glass vials, ok. Serum, nu mă interesează.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Ok. Hai să vedem. Facem așa. 1700. Blood absorption. Cât e asta? 300 de puncte. 20% mai mult sânge. Zic eu că e bun. Și mi-ar mai trebui... ...300 cu 300. Astea sunt amândouă bune. 100% mai mult damage. Strong enough for a man made for a home. Da, bă, bro, team-ul ăștia sunt de norociți, mă, ce ai. Și 5% heal când îi muși pe ăștia în combat. Zic eu. În prostia mea. Autofagia. Ce ne trebuie asta? 1300, ești nebun? Ce mizeria asta? 2000 Shadow Mist-ul. Chiar că pe vremea când era internetul fan, ești nebun. 10% heal. 150% damage. Go for damage. Ascuțim dinții. Și sincer mi-a trebuit și niște stamina. Niu! following night.
If I'm to stay here until my research...
level 6, ești nebun?
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Status district healthy.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Și cum luăm water? Păi nu e vorba de sânge, că dacă bei șoareci îți dă sânge, e vorba de XP făcut așa în general. Answer the door. Ce vrei fă?
Come on, I don't have all night.
Zi care-i baiul.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
Ia zi.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door.
Ok, mergem acolo și facem, nu e problemă. Dar întâi hai să vedem dacă mai găsim pe aici ceva. Uite, vedeți că se...
It's locked.
Oh, căcat, e aia închisă. Credeam că se...
It's locked, all right.
Tipeți. Deci, opa. T. Eldwood Medical File. Age 28, followed by tertial status convalescence. Okay, notes. The patient has been heavily burned and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even the use of strong sedative, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from its wound. As if the flames are still burning as he said. Examination of secretary tissue has no trace of inflammation, infection, or swellings. The scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? Okay, the patient never ceases to blaming himself for the guilt of the survivor. Phantom pain manifesting as punishment. Ok. Trebuie să vorbim cu Thomas Edward. Ok. Întrebarea imbecilă în domeniul modei ăsta vorbește cu noi. Firii al dracu Swansea.
I cannot enter.
Cum mă, ești da mai vampirul, nenorocitule? Unde era ăsta bolnăviorul? A, uite-l acolo. Cred că să-l lăbea cine știe ce dracu făcea. Asta era vampirița lui Bube.
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside.
Okay, new hint. There is hope for him. Ăsta e bolnav fatigue, ăsta e bolnav fatigue. Firața ai dracu. Da.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for...
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly...
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave.
Ce dracu-i?
It was an accident.
Vai de la ei.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans. And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here.
Da,
Just be
chiar.
forgotten.
Fiind fail. Trul Dumnezei, mătii.
Tell me what really...
I went with a whore in Rouen.
Did you start the fire?
No. It's just...
No more hint.
Goodbye for now.
Ia ore.
The pain.
Dash. Offhand. The stake.
There again.
Enter the morgue. Păi nu mergem noi la morgă? Ar fi trebuit să-l fi adus și pe boul ăla. Pe Cox. Ia uite, unknown. E una în partea aia. Cine dracu mă e și baba asta nenorocită? Pe asta n-am vorbit cu ea. E ea dracu.
It's locked.
De ce dracu s-a închis? E închis acolo, nu știu cum intrăm la ea. Ce mă?
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me.
Uh-huh.
Even the darkest thoughts in
So
your
many
heart.
deaths.
My blood and soul.
And what of my own life?
They belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
A giant morgue disguised.
Good
as a
evening,
hospital.
miss.
I need blood, Doctor.
That's Pembroke nowadays.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much.
Would you say you and...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs.
Do you plan to make...
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else?
Ok.
I'll leave you.
Hai să mergem dracu la morgă.
Jesus, I've never seen so many people dying at the same.
Crump letter. I'm tired of your shit, Clay. What the fuck did you do? All the bloody dogs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. keep killing everyone. Hint.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more...
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's left?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a nut?
That knife has always been my lucky...
Clay is married.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the super...
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's that...
Do you want it?
I don't need it here, but...
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find...
I can give you directions, but...
Rules of the trade.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss...
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I...
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Ia să avem toate hințurile.
Only the strongest survive.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't...
How is your hospital?
This is a shitty place with shitty stock.
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see.
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette.
What's wrong?
Come on, Dr. Reed.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication.
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an...
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who the...
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death.
And who?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Ok. Și am aflat și ultimul ăsta, vedeți? 700 XP dacă cum zice, dacă îi vindecăm și boala, o să avem 1000 XP de la muistul ăsta. Dacă decidem să-l mâncăm. Vedeți că avem totul.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Enter the morgue. Aș prevei să vedem pe unde dracu mai avem misiuni de făcut. Să mor dacă știu. No investigation. Trebuie să le dai track. Numai la una poți. Iria dracu să fii. Unde e mă dracu ăsta? For fuck's sake. Retrieve the knife. Caca. căcat. Și asta e tot pe aici. Shit. Ok, se pare că astea sunt fel de secondary quest investigation-urile astea. Să vedem cum dracu facem să intrăm în morg acum. Trebuie să găsim ceva antiseptics. Nu? Da. Oh, ultima portiță. What the fuck is here? Carantină. Băi, mișto, care poveste are ăsta? Hai să vedem, parcă pe aici mai erau babai din ăștia. Se mai respamează după ce îi mori. Nu pare. Pare că s-ar mai respama. Nu dau seama ce e aici. Se pare că pot să intru pe partea asta și să ies la dracu acolo în spate. Sunt curios ce dracu e aici, în morgă. În afară de morți.
I cannot enter.
Ah, stai că mi-a zis că nu pot intra pe aici prin față, că mi-a deschis de fapt o ușă în spate. Am văzut ceva aici. Ce e asta? Public notice. Ah, de dracu. Bă, astea... Ce să faci în caz de... Ok. Some citizens might... They always reward you for your help. Ok. Ok, 10 XP. Ok, aia nu sună bine. Glass vials. Am ieșit afară, ce că imbecil. Te-o în gură, fane. Putem să intrăm înapoi pe aici acum? Da, se pare că putem. Dacă am deschis ușa alaltă, printr-o logică murdară să deschis și asta. Spital de morg. Sau dacă găsim pe aici chestii. Da, la dracu. Dar și fiind încuiată ușa aia pe dinăuntru, faptul că am băgat eu cu cheia în ușa asta, s-a deschis aia. Bani. Ce mă, nu fute-mă telefonul ăsta, fătus Dumnezeu, mă, tii. Să activez și o funcție aia în NFC. Game Logic. Păi asta aici vreau să ajung. Game Logic.
It's locked, all right.
some blood.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Cigarette case. Quinina. Bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Yep. Ia-te mal, dracu. Quinina. Da dracu, am zis că mai sângiuiesc niște sânge. De asta mă căcam pe lângă el. Shotgun shells, bullets. Cred că cam atât.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Ok, și celălalt se pare că ar fi la 46 de metri mai jos. Mai sus mai e ceva? Chiar întrebare imbecilă. Pare că ar fi cazul. Water-rich bottles, blood sample. Deci era sângele de cu apă. Oferi el, dracu. Sigur ne batem cu ăla.
These scales feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Atunci ce dracu le beau? Măduva. Ferus, tartrate. Bă, se pare că dau destul de mult. Care faci, mă? Uite-l dracu ce ori face ăla. Ferus, tartrate. Aici nu pare să fie nimica. Ok. Care-i treaba aici? Local investigations. A city investigation, ok. can start a new citizen. Ok. Office of Pembroke Hospital Medic așa, report is așa, race, key male, unknown fisherman, probably fast progressing pneumonia, Spanish influenza. Examination at Indies, Dr. Corcoran, Tippets, nurse, ok. Dr. Tippets, ok.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Okay, you have acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Okay. Ce-a pățit ăsta? Suferă de deces.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Da, mi-a dat un... mi-a dat un ăsta, mi-a dat un...
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean.
Nu știu cum se numea, o seringă cu sânge.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Okay. Corcoran medic error cost Mr. Connor his life. Operație, exact pe chestia, operație reușită, pace mort.
It's locked.
N-am avut nicio cheie pe aici, nimic. Ia uite-mă al rec. Ia, suge și pe asta. E în gură. Oh, this is gonna be bad. John Doe.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
No, stai chill.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Okay. An enigmatic formula. Ok. Da, chiar că l-am anestezat de tot. Craft, dar unde craft? 135 de metri. Mai vedeți ceva pe aici? Eu nu mai văd. Cred că asta e tot. Pe aici nu se poate urca, pe partea aia nu se poate urca. Singura metodă e să urci pe aici. Și pe partea asta nu se poate intra prin nicio... Asta e că pot să fac aici tratamentul. Adică mai avem aici to analyze. Uite. Light blood serum. 300 health. Ok. Ce vor ăștia? Missing ingredient. Reach the pharmacy. Reach the pharmacy, da. Asta par a fi gloanțe altceva. Mai găsim pe aici ceva? E greu să cred.
It's locked, all right.
Asta văd că e închis, nu știu care e treaba. Pe aici am lootat tot. What the fuck? Futu-ți Dumnezeii și Paștele mătii. Asta l-am bucificat. Oh, cred că e vreo cheie la vreunul, mă gândesc. Ăștia văd că se respamează muiștii ăștia. Ceea ce e bine dacă s-ar respama într-una, dacă uite, mai găsești. Mai găsești asta, mai găsești blood sample, mai găsești iteme care o să am nevoie de ele pentru crafting. În fine, ideea e că trebuie să plecăm. Să plecăm spre asta, să plecăm spre... Sper din tot sufletul să se respameze ăștia aici, că 3-4 handicapați de ăștia pot să-i bat, adică bine, să se respameze și loot-ul, ca să pot să iau. Prin grădina nu cred că mai e nimic, prin grădina cu... alune. Trebuie să mergem sus, dar nu știu care-i. Ah, craft the treatment for fatigue. Am citit și eu exact printre rânduri, futu-mă în gură. Că puteam să-l fac de atunci. Unde era camera mea, că nu mai țin minte. Deja mai trebuie sodium hipochlorite încă o dată. Aluminium powder. De unde mai găsim sodium hipochlorite? Aia e întrebarea. Deodată am o pereche de pantaloni pe care vreau să-i înălbesc.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor.
Okay, disease, decreased blood quality of a citizen, speak to the patient, okay. Right in the hospital. Asta e bolnav de fatigue.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may.
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my gratitude.
Okay.
I have to go now.
Don't
Okay.
waste your time with me.
Și trebuie să vorbim cu ălaltul care greșise zi. Nu Chandana. Nu Strickland. Nu Ackroyd. Asta e Pipa. Unde era al medic? Tipeț, uite aici, era al racu, mama multi. E imbecil.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Investigation updated.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Ok, trebuie să vorbim cu ăla. De-aia. Bă, și mi-a dat seama, e 12, băga mea și picioarele, mă o să mai vorbesc cu ăsta și gata, pauză, că mâine la muncă. Mă ia dracu.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea.
but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Impossibly delicate?
I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Ok. Hai să vorbim cu maimuța asta. Lady Ashbury. Oricum, nu o să vreau să dăm end turn până nu facem și alea două cu... Să-i aducem lui prostul ăla cuțitul. Stai mă, că asta nu-i vampiroica. E vampiroica asta.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk.
Baftă,
You're
baftă.
in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Eu la 8, da. Oricum, azi dimineața m-am trezit direct pe la...
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Okay.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need weight.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity.
Please continue. Every detail.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it.
A zis că îi ajuta.
Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the...
I'll meet that woman now.
My life as...
Ok. Talk to Harriet. Asta e de închisă. Cred, nu?
Disgust on every street corner.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Asta era nebuna.
What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than...
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Mr.
Okay.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Este să vorbim cu toate trei astea. Facem o glumă și îi dăm un return to main menu, boys. Cam atât pentru seara asta și se pare că se salvează 0 și 19, e bine. Mulți ani de vizionări. Seara faină, ne auzim mâine după 5. Baftă Tițu, baftă Marius. Ultima zi de liber nasol. Ne auzim. Ne auzim mâine după masă. Noroce!